For today's project, we're going to be mechanical engineers to build a crane. Our crane is going to use a pulley system to make heavier objects easier to lift. Now that we know what we're making, let's go over our materials. We're going to need 2 bendy straws, 2 large popsicle sticks, 1 cardboard circle 1.5 inches diameter, 1 3-foot string, 1 paper cup, 2 6-inch wooden skewers, 1 thumbtack, 4 double-sided tape squares, 1 cardboard box from CCL with lid, and 1 paint stick. Once we have all of our materials, let's get to building our project. Let's start by creating the base of our crane. Grab your cardboard box, and if it has an open side, flip it so that the flat side is at the top while the open side is at the bottom. On each end of your box, you should notice small openings near the top. We need to insert our paint stick into one of these openings. The openings may be a little small, so carefully wiggle the paint box inside. And make sure not to break the cardboard box. Once it's inside, angle it upwards so that it stands tall like a real crane. This is going to be the boom of your crane. It also helps to tape the boom to your cardboard box so that your boom doesn't move a lot, especially if your box is open. Make sure to angle the boom to your desired height before taping. I like this height, so I'm going to keep it here. We're going to be referring to the side that has the paint stick as the front of our crane, while the side that doesn't as the back of our crane for later reference. Next, grab a double-sided square, and we're going to tape it towards the back left side of the crane. Back here, back, left side of the crane. Then grab one of your large popsicle sticks and stick it vertically. Do the same on the other side, making sure you align the popsicle sticks and they are parallel to each other. If you want, you can use extra tape to secure these 2 popsicle sticks in place. Next, we're going to grab our skewer and tape it to the top of both popsicle sticks. We want to make sure that when we secure it, we place it with enough tape so that it stays still. You should notice that the skewer is going across like a bridge. Now grab your 2 bendy straws and stretch them out so that the bendy part is completely extended. Cut both of them so you only have the bendy parts. To do this, cut under the bendy part and cut a bit above it. Like so, under and above. Once you have both of these cut, you can put the extra straw pieces to this side since we'll be using them later. Grab one of the bendy parts that we previously cut, and we want to attach it to the top of the paint stick using tape. You can bend it so it's like an elbow, and then have it hang over the paint stick. This will be the boom head of the crane. So like so, I'm going to tape the bendy straw to the top. Next, grab the other bendy piece, and we're going to attach it to the middle of the skewer. Make sure that it hangs over the back of the crane, like so. Grab your other pieces of straw that aren't bendy and cut 2 pieces that are about 1 inch in size. We can see that these ones are almost an inch, maybe a little bit longer, so I'm going to cut them both to be the same size. An inch like so. Grab the other pieces of your straw that aren't bendy, and then cut 2 pieces that are about 1 inch in size. My pieces from before seemed about 1 inch, so I don't think I need to do any cutting. But if yours seem a little bit too long, or if you guys want to use this one, you can cut these into 1 inch. Next, grab your skewer, your other skewer, and thread them through both straws, like so. Don't take these pieces to the skewer, since we need these to be loose. We want the skewer to roll around between these straws. Let's separate the 2 straws so there's a little gap in between. And then with our string, we're going to attach it in between the 2 straws. You can either use a piece of tape, or if you have any extra double-sided tape, you can use that as well. We just want the string to stay in place in the middle, like so. After you do this, we're going to take our cardboard circle, and using the pointy end of the skewer, we're going to carefully push it through the middle of the cardboard circle. If you're having trouble, like I am, you can also take your thumbtack, make a mini hole first, like so, and then thread the pointy end of the skewer inside the thumbtack hole. This will be the handle of our crane that allows us to spin the skewer around. Now we want to attach the skewer contraption to the 2 popsicle sticks here. To do this, we can take a square of double-sided tape, and then we're going to attach it to our straws. Like so. So I'm going to take my double-sided tape. I'm going to attach it to one of my straws. I'm going to take another piece of double-sided tape. Put on some of the other straw. Oops. Once you have both of these double-sided tapes ready and on the straws, what we can do is we can apply it to the back of the popsicle sticks, like so. They're going to be perpendicular. And our skewer should now be floating in the air. If it seems like it's going to fall off, like mine is, we can secure it with more tape. Make sure you only tape the straws and not the actual skewer, since we want the skewer to move around and be loose. We now have the pulley of our crane. Next, let's thread our string from the second skewer, first through the bendy straw towards the back of the crane, and then through the top of the first skewer. I'm going to put the string in, push it through, pull. And then we're going to thread this through the bendy straw at the top of our paint stick or our boom head. If you have trouble, one thing I like to do is twist the string so it's all tight together, then push through as much as I can, and then the other end pull. Once you have this, what we're going to do is take our cup and our thumbtack, and we're going to make 2 holes, one across from each other. So one hole here, and we'll go directly across, make another hole across. And then we're going to thread our string within these 2 holes. A second option, if your students are having trouble with this, or if you're having trouble with this, you can also tape the string within the cup, like so, and it'll still work, as long as the string is attached to the cup in some way. Last thing we want to do is attach our thumbtack to our circle, so our pulley can be usable, like so. If you want to adjust the height of the pulley crane, you can also cut the string, or you can tape a lower string. So you can put more string in here, tape more, and also tie it, whatever works for the student. We're now finished with our crane. To test our crane, let's put an object within this cup. You can then use one hand to hold the crane and use the other hand to turn the pulley. You can see how when I turn the pulley one way, the crane starts going up because the string gets shorter. If we want to lower the crane, we can turn the other way. The string gets longer and our object moves down. Now that we're done testing our project, let's talk about how it works. Our crane works through a special force called torque. Torque is created whenever we spin our crank. So the slower we spin, the more torque is produced, and the easier it is to lift heavy objects. Torque is required when creating pulley systems, which is what we just did. Pulley systems are used to transfer objects and usually use wheels. In our case, our bendy straws act as our wheels, allowing our rope to smoothly move and carry the object. Some questions you can ask your students and have them think about are, what's the heaviest thing your crane can carry? How can we make it carry heavier things? And what other materials can we use to improve our crane?